Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the program. Thank you for connecting wherever you are connecting us from. We welcome you. We appreciate you. Please like and share this program on all platforms. Like the program and share to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Share to everyone that is close to you. Do not hesitate to share this program. It is very important that we share this program so that we can be able to reach to everybody. Please share to all platforms, share to family and friends. We must continue to preach this gospel. This gospel of truth, we must continue to send out. If you have not shared this program, I beg you in the name of Chukwu, please share so that we can extend this gospel to those ones who have refused to pay attention on time. We want to continue to preach this gospel so that nobody will give an excuse and say that he or she was not told or he or she was not warned. The awareness we get to every Biafran as we are marching home. Nobody will be left behind. Nobody will be left behind. Not a single soul will be left behind. No single one of us will be left behind. Every one of us must pay attention. We must make sure that nobody is left behind. Every one of us must continue to play our own role, do our own part to make sure that this gospel reaches to everybody. I cannot do it alone. You equally cannot do it alone. So we have to put our hands together and continue to preach this message. Please like and share. Share to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Tell them that we are here once again. And we have come as usual to preach the gospel. To continue to sensitize the Biafran people and make sure that our voice is being heard. We continue to tell the world the truth and nothing but the truth. You're all welcome. You're welcome. You're all welcome. Everybody, you're all welcome. Welcome, everybody. Jack Acho, I welcome you, Jack Acho. Emenike Chibo, thank you for joining. Emmanuel Chibike, thank you for joining. My sister, Diana Odobiade, thank you for joining. My brother, Chukuma Solomon, thank you for joining. I welcome all my brothers and sisters who have joined. Please like and share as you join. Like and share the program on your platform. Like and share to family and friends. That is what you can help me to do, to make sure we reach to as many people as possible. aziNnamdiKanu, you're welcome, aziNnamdi. Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother Nnamdi. Thank you so much. Yes, my brother. God bless the United States of Africa. Biafra. Bless the United States of Biafra. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, if you have not shared this program, I don't know what you are waiting for. like and share this program on your platform. Share this program to family and friends. Share this program to anybody that is close to you. That is your civic responsibility now. Please like and share this program. Do not hesitate to share. It is very important that you share, because if you want us to reach to as many people as possible, your support is highly needed. I cannot do this alone without your support. Please like and share. Every prayer to heaven. Therefore, as we always comment, not from today, but from of old. Our Father who art in heaven, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee,
all over this very planet that you created. They are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained on every beginning that this gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the street because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that the kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do this people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives and present day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you, to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day. Chikwabiyama being whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come to those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The ethics and the videos, the Inson, the security, the sorrows, and also those of them from Isolo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Ghana. We are moving on from there to Doma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto you. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets and tell you, by the time that we are born, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All these we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I have been succeeded He said,
welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this very quick program. Wherever you are joining from, I appreciate you and I welcome you to this program today. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. Wherever you are connecting from, please, if you have not shared this program, kindly like and share on your platform, share to family and friends, share to everyone that is close to you so that we can bring these very informations to their doorstep. It is our civic responsibility to make sure that every Biafran is carried along. We cannot leave anybody behind. The charge has been given to us by our Supreme Leader, aziNnamdiKanu, to make sure that we reach to every single Biafran. We cannot afford to leave anybody behind. That is why you see today, the Biafran Republic of Venezuela is doing everything humanly possible to see that everybody is falling in line. So once again, for those who are joining us on this very platform for the very first time, if you are being here for the very first time, I want you to know that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the Biafra Republic of Venezuela. A platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Sam Maneva, and under the Supreme Command of aziNnamdiKanu. That is where we stand. In this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. All we do here is to encourage Biafrans and encourage everyone that genuinely wants freedom, regardless your race, your nationality, or your religion. As long as you are genuinely seeking for freedom, we are here for you and we will work along with you. Fellow Biafrans that are watching, it is an interactive section. You are free to join us to interact on this very platform as long as you're Biafran, and you can be able to communicate in any language of yours as long as it is Biafran language. Come on and talk to us. We will listen to you. When you are coming on, make sure that you are covered properly. Don't come out naked and don't come here smoking. And again, when you are talking to us, make sure you are civil. The whole world is watching. The Biafra Republic of Venezuela is watching. Our Prime Minister is watching, and we must represent perfectly. Thank you so much for being here, wherever you are connecting from. And please hang on and join us and make your contributions on this platform so that we will not be left behind. Fellow Biafran that are watching, before we go deep into the message of today, I want you to remember that today, our Prime Minister is touring Africa. Do not forget, today, our Prime Minister is touring Africa. He is going to visit Africa, and every one of you must connect and join our Prime Minister. More especially, those of us in Biafra land. You must key in and connect to the program today. The program is going to be by 6 p.m. Biafran time. 6 p.m. Biafran time. You join our Prime Minister. He's going to be visiting Africa. The Zoom link has already been posted and shared out If you don't have the contact Zoom link, just check up, go to platform of our Prime Minister, his X platform. You are going to see the link on how to join the Zoom. It is going to be a massive one. Every one of us must be there to join our Prime Minister in visiting Africa. Those of you in Africa or whichever African country you are, you must be on that Zoom to participate and play your own role also and to show your own strength. We must have to show the world that we are with our Prime Minister. It is very, very important and mandatory. It is not optional. Every one of us must be there to encourage our Prime Minister, to cheer him up and to support him massively. Please, every one of us should endeavor to be there. A lot is going on as we speak. And in everything that is going on, we must continue to remain formidable. Do not get distracted. This is not the time to get distracted, but the time to be focused. This is the time for every one of us to be focused more than ever. If you're one of those who have been saying you don't know who to follow, you don't know where to go, you don't know who is right and who is wrong, I believe that very issue has been solved today. That issue has been solved. You know today that the Biafra Republic of Exile under our Prime Minister Mazi is in charge of the legal team of aziNnamdiKanu. The Biafra Republic of Exile is in charge of the legal team of aziNnamdiKanu. It is made clear to everyone. So you don't have any doubt anymore. And coming Monday is going to be a total lockdown. We're expecting our Supreme Leader that day to be in court, being seized. Is a total lockdown in Biafra land. So wherever you are, it is not just an ordinary Monday sit at home. It is a different one because it's a day that we are going to demand for the unconditional release of our Supreme Leader, aziNnamdiKanu, whether they like it or not. So wherever you are, you must pay attention to what is happening. You must key into the stage that we are today. It is no longer time to say you are confused, and it is not the time to sit on the fence. If you are one of those who is still sitting on the fence today, you are deceiving yourself, and you're not doing yourself any good. If you continue to sit on the fence, you are going to pay dearly for that. Try as much as possible to play your own role. Do that which you know you can do. Support the Biafran Liberation Army financially, most importantly. Financially, you must support. I'm not going to say it in a different way for you to be happy. No, this is a fact. If we must defend Biafra land, we need to defend it with finance. When you hear that the Liberation Army bring down tanks, when you hear that the Liberation Army neutralize the enemies, when you hear that the Liberation Army are giving a chase to the Zoological Republic, you should know that it is not done with empty hand. They need finance, they need sponsorship for things to get right. So wherever you are watching us from today, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Obukabiama, please try to pay attention to events, try to pay attention to everything that's happening. Do not fall away. Do not take any word for granted. Play your own role. Do what you have to do to see that this restoration of Biafra will be declared this year will take place. Now we go into the message of today, and it says the unstoppable force of freedom revealed as Ambazonia and Biafra strengthen ties. End of tyranny. Every one of us can see what is happening. It is no longer news. The whole world is paying attention, and the whole world is shivering. That is why the attack on us have increased. Even on our social media networks, even on all our handles, we have attack. Even where I am speaking to you today, every one of us is having one challenges or the other in our platforms because of the strength of the message we are passing. Some of you, or most of you who were there the day the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile, and the Ambazonia leader was giving the press briefing, you saw the way the space was attacked. The space that day was attacked. It was attacked so much that we could not be able to conclude the message. There was a lot of disruption and obstruction coming right, left, and center. They know the force that is coming. And when they see Biafrans uniting with those they are supposed to unite with, they are shivering. Everywhere is on fire. They can't stand it. They attack us right, left, and center to see that they bring us down. But no, they cannot. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter their weapon of warfare. It doesn't matter what they do. They cannot stop us. They can't stop us. That is why you see that we are growing even higher, higher, and higher every day. So wherever you are as a Biafran, don't allow anything to distract you. Do not allow anybody to push you down. Evidence to show that we are going on is now clearer than ever. If you are a Biafran and you are still not focused on the direction, it means you are deceiving yourself or you are not normal. Every genuine Biafran today has to be focused on direction. And you see, most important thing that we see today is that our Prime Minister, Mazi has been liberated in everything he has been saying. The supreme leader of IPOB has been liberated, have been vindicated in everything he has been saying. When we said no election, they called it a bluff. They called us troublemakers. They say we don't know what they're saying. Today, after your election, what do you see? What you saw is hunger, poverty, and penury everywhere. And the same people who say that they have a right to make choice who rules and who does not rule. The same people who say they have the right to decide who becomes the leader. Today, they are the one crying right, left, and center. You go to the media, they are sharing tears everywhere. And while they are crying, the genuine Biafrans are still standing, watching them. And they couldn't find the reason why we are silent. Today, their major worry today is that why is it that the Biafrans are not crying along with them as they are crying? Go to social media, you see that the major worry of Nigeria today is that why is it that the Biafrans are not crying as they are crying? We are not the same. Biafrans are a special breed. We are not the same. What we see sleeping, if they stay awake for 1 million years, they will not see it. Whatever is happening today, we have seen it long time ago, and we began to prepare for it. aziNnamdiKanu spoke about it, and he started on time to lay a foundation. Our Prime Minister, aziNnamdiKanu, came on board, and he began to train us. He began to train us again today. When we were calling for the sit at home, putting some measures on the ground, telling Biafrans what to do and how to stock up food for themselves, some of you never took it serious. But today, I thank you for all the Biafrans who has paid attention. Today, that training, you can see the effect of that training today. That is why you see in the midst of all the cry and shouting in the Zoom, you cannot hear it from the Biafran people. You can't hear it from us. They are expecting us to cry. They are expecting us to shed tears. I have said it in most of my videos that if there are people who can survive every circumstances and situation, it is the Biafran people, because we have seen it all. There is nothing that is happening today that we have not seen before. There is nothing that is happening today that is new. There are things that happened long time ago. We are not seeing anything as new. And that is why the Biafrans are not moved. It does not matter what happened in the Zoom. I can bet you that whatever is happening in the Zoological Republic today is to our own advantage. So why would we be crying in something that is an advantage to us? The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile, made a promise to the Zoological Republic that their economy will be crushed. He said it time and time again. It's on video, where the Prime Minister said that the economy of Nigeria will be crushed. And he made that move, and we started to crush the economy. Every one of us know that the pillar of the economy of so-called zoo is in Biafra land. Whatever they boast for in their income or whatever is in Biafra land. They have no other source of income except in the oil that is in Biafra land. And that is why we took up that move to make sure that every oil pipe in Biafra land goes down. And since that mission started, it has never been business as usual again. We see the zoo crying left and center. We see them crying and sharing tears. We see complaint coming from all manner of places. And today, you can see the effect of that action. The effect of that action today is the crushing of the naira. Naira today is 2,000 plus for a dollar. And it's still going more higher. It's 2,000 plus for a dollar. And it's going more higher. So Biafrans, prepare yourself. For us, it is to our advantage. And for those one Nigerians who are crying, you have not started yet. You haven't started. If you think you have seen it all, you haven't seen anything yet. Prepare yourself. And those of them who are waiting for Biafrans to join them in sharing tears, you are going to wait forever. We have cried when it was time to cry. We complained when it was time to complain. We protested when it was time to protest. We did everything humanly possible when it was the right time. But as it stands today, this is the time of liberation. The earlier you know that, the better for you. It is the time for the people to liberate themselves from the clutches of the colonial master and from the caliphate. That is the only project that the Biafrans have today. For some of you who are asking, why is it that the Biafrans are not complaining? Biafrans are not complaining because they have their own project, which is to exit from the zoo. And that exit is succeeding. We are making success. So why must we be crying when we are making success? We have left Nigeria behind. And you can see the result today. The result of leaving Nigeria behind is the scarcity you are seeing, the hunger you are seeing, the insecurity you are seeing. That is the result. And we are not looking back. There was a time when we took it upon ourselves to mend their country and make it habitable. But they said no. It is time now for us to focus on ourselves as Biafrans. That is why we are busy focusing on ourselves. The only project that the Biafrans have today is to focus on themselves. And if you are a Biafran, yet you have not keyed in and begin to listen to the Prime Minister of Biafra, begin to listen to the government in exile, you are on your own and you are going to face the consequence of your action. You will face the consequence of your action. So wherever you are and you are watching us today, I urge you in the name of Chukwu to pay attention to your environment. Pay attention. If you are not paying attention to your environment, you are going to regret it. The only project we have today is to pursue our freedom, and we must get it. It does not matter what people say. It does not matter the action they take. It does not matter the angle they are coming from. We are not deterred. We are not moved because we know what we want. We know what we want. And no man born of a woman can change that direction. If you are waiting for Biafrans to cry, you will wait forever because this is not the time. We have cried when we are supposed to cry. We are now moving out and taking our destiny to our own hand. For those who talk, they say that the kingdom of God suffereth violence, and only the violent take it by force. We are here to take our freedom by force. That is where we are. The only assignment we have today is to continue to build our alliances with our neighbors and those who are supposed to be with us. That is why you saw the Prime Minister of Biafra, with the Ambazonia leader in their broadcast, which the whole world was on standstill watching. But the attack was coming from right, left, and center. Even in the midst of the attack, they were able to pass some vital messages. Some vital messages, which I am going to still touch here, in case you are not able to pay attention. The alliance between Ambazonia and Biafra is a very, very important one and can never be truncated. You cannot change it. Ambazonia and Biafra are one. In case you do not know, we are one people. We are one people. It is the colonialists that divided us and put that confusion. And at the midst of the day, the Ambazonia joined the Cameroonians, while the Biafrans are in Nigeria. In the midst of all that, while we were together, we have never had any problem with the Ambazonians. We have never had any reason to fight each other. We have never had any reason to disagree. Instead, we have a serious and massive trade going on between the Ambazonians and the Biafrans. Trade is going on based on mutual respect. Both sides respect each other and they are trading without any complaint, without any bad news. But what do they face? You go to Cameroon, Ambazonians are treated as outcasts. The same way the Biafrans are treated in Nigeria as outcasts. The Ambazonian leader was narrating this when he was talking during that very press interview. That the Ambazonians are treated as outcasts in Cameroon. Even when they have everything it takes, they are the fowl that lay the golden egg, yet they are treated as outcasts. The same way they are treating the Biafrans in Nigeria. And when you come to neighborhood, the closest neighbor and the closest friend geopolitically is the Biafrans. The Biafrans' friends geopolitically is the Ambazonians. Just like you have in Nigeria now, you have the Southwest, the Ududua people. They have their own relationship with Benin Republic, connected to Benin Republic, and nobody can change that. The same way the North is connected to Niger. The North have even gone to the extent of building a railway in the North to make sure that they solidify their whatever they have in the North. They built a railway. The railway they could not be able to build, and they built it for them. It has to show you how close they are. And for us, the only people we have as our own is the Ambazonians. And that is why our alliance with Ambazonia cannot be truncated, no matter who you are. It is naturally made. They are our natural friends, our natural brothers, our natural family, and nobody can leave. The ICG or whatever they call it that are pushing their propaganda, saying that our alliance is going to destabilize the place, is a blatant lie. The alliance of Ambazonia and Biafra would stabilize the place. The destabilization have started happening before this alliance. And the reason for the alliance is to create security for the Ambazonians and for Biafra to stabilize the region. But as usual, because of the foreign interest and all the criminals, they will always preach a lie against us, which we will never allow to go. Fellow Biafrans, let us pay attention and focus on things that matters. Going out of zoo is what matters. Not any protest, not any cry for food, not any complaint. We are focused and we are succeeding in this exit. That should be your concern. You're welcome, my beloved brother Chukuma Solomon. Thank you for joining. Sorry I kept you long. Can you hear me, my brother Chukuma?
Yes, I can hear you from my side here. Good morning.
Good morning,
Hope
my
I'm
brother.
coming out loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you once again. My brothers and sisters that are watching, those that will come across this video later, I welcome you people in the name of Chukwu Kema Prumi Henina. My brother, just like as today's message anchored, the unstoppable. Honestly, that day of our PM and Ambazonia program was terrible. They attack us in different ways. The attack here, my brother, I have not seen this kind of attack before. At times, our brother Joe Ayaba his voice will cease. You can't hear from him. Our PM, they will be shouting, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" All of a sudden, everything went off. But I thought you go over in the midst of all these things, we're able to skate through. They were able to come out and they still discuss and pass in a vital information to Biafrans and Ambazonians. And the world at large, who care to know or who care to listen. Because it is very important that we use our mouth to defend and to talk what is going on in our land. Not that nonsense ICG route and start to propagate concerning that. You know, we are not expecting or we are not giving any foreigners to write or talk about us. We are the one that's going to talk what is going on in our home and to our neighbors. So that ICG's letter or recommendation is based on fraudulent selfishness and idiotism. You know one thing? Why I put it like that is because out of selfishness and the person and interest, they wrote those nonsense. They know that the emergence of Biafra and Ambazonia is going to make that region more stronger than before. So they are trying to see what they would do to towards it. to turn it upside down so that the emergence will not be there. Because they have looked around, no formidable force in Africa is able to stand or withstand or do anything to make sure that black people are free from this bondage. They have looked nowhere, but they find it in Biafra and Ambazonia. So kudos to our brothers and sisters that was around them to listen to this message. And those that we are not able to make it due to network issue, please go back and watch that program to get more information. And my brother, concerning what is on ground today in the zoo, honestly, it's very, very amazing for those that do not understand it. But we, Biafra, understand it. The new one does not mean not talking about IPOB Nigeria, talking about the new Biafra that are following the government in exile, ensure that everything order that put in place is working. It's a rejoicing thing for us to see that the presidency of Somalia is he have told them get Somalia visa. That Somalia will be partners to Nigeria. In terms of fuel, he asked them to buy a bicycle. At the time will come, you will not see them again. Today, bicycle is more. In fact, I don't know. I don't know the last price they are selling bicycle in the market in the zoo. Now check out the price of commodities. They are looking for us to come and join them. I mean, NSAS protest was tagged against Biafra. They destroy our business, burn down our shops, wasted the life of our brothers and sisters, mostly in Obi Wacha by Mr. White, aka K. Some of our people are are in different up to date. I'm military barrack. Those people they kidnap from Obi. Now, which one again? They said no. First, our people come, they buy them. Now, we have learned the lesson. Just good man, they say, learn the lesson. We have learned the lesson that the zoo, Asian citizen, on all angle, up and down, spiritual, we are not welcome. So even though you are IPOB Nigeria, that is you are not welcome. When the time reach, they will show you the other side of it. You understand that you are not welcome. So this time, all this nonsense finish. Where is he? Now, the spirit of school care them had decided of us to lock up our heart, not to complain, not to cry, not even to come out to express it anytime. And I'm happy that our government has sent information to our people. And the foolishly out of ignorance and stupidity Johannes ndị Igbo attempted it. Even IPOB Nigeria attempted it. They are now come to realize that there is government that is taking care of the people. Once the government speak, everything follow. So now it is left for our people to know that we are not welcome in the zoo called Nigeria. The only hope, the only solution, the only thing that will preserve your life is join your brothers, support the Biafra government in exile, vote, and continue supporting in finance. And you see a lot of progress our people are making in Oro and also all this is our effort. And nevertheless, our PM is coming to Africa, is coming to visit us today. Please, I want each every one of us to stay around the corner to welcome him. It will be a great honor. In the whole visitation, our PM is going around visiting the people that Africa will be more superb than others. Our PM, you are welcome to Africa. Where your home? Where you come from? You come from. We are waiting for you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution, and I hope you will come up again to make more contributions. Let's see if.
Yes, yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm not going out.
Okay.
We'll finish.
Okay. Thank you so much. I pray that others will still join us and also make their contributions, because this message must be preached We must make sure that we send the message across to the end of the world and make sure that everybody is being carried along. So my fellow Biafran that are watching, I want to point out on the three major, there are some major information that was passed on that day of that conference. There are some very important issues that were discussed that I want to touch again so that we understand. When the Ambazonia leader was speaking, he made mention of some very, very important things that we must not forget. Very, very important thing. He said that even when the Biafrans and Ambazonians were together in the past, there has never been any problem. We never fought each other. We never strive each other. We never fought against. We never had any single problem. Even when they decided to join Cameroon, when the Biafrans are with Nigeria, there wasn't a problem. There was no fight towards it. It was done respectfully. Businesses have continued to boom between the Ambazonians and the Biafrans respectfully. And again, there is one thing he said. He said that the alliance and friendship between the Biafrans and Ambazonia cannot be determined by Yaoundé or Abuja. Every Ambazonia or every Biafra should pay attention to that word. The Ambazonia leader, Dr. Cho Ayuba said that our friendship with Ambazonia cannot be determined by the Cameroon government in Yaoundé or the Nigerian government in Abuja. Our fate in his hand, and we will decide our fate. And he made another strong statement, and he said that the unity and alliance of Biafra and Ambazonia is not a threat to anybody. The ICG tried to paint it that our unity is a threat. It is not a threat to anybody. The major reason why we are creating this unity, this alliance, is to secure the zone. It is for the interest of the Ambazonians and for the interest of the Biafra to secure the region and make sure that that region is highly secured. For those who think that our alliance is a threat, we are not a threat to anybody. The objective is to make sure that the Biafrans are protected, the Ambazonians are protected, and the region is protected and defended. That is why that alliance is very, very necessary, both politically, economically, and otherwise, and militarily. We must defend and protect that region. And there is another information that the Ambazonian leader passed. He said, the same thing we are seeing in the Nigerian government that they're doing, that is what the Cameroon is doing to the Ambazonians. The Cameroon government is creating a militia. The Cameroon government created a militia to demonize the Ambazonian force, to make a room for them to come in and commit genocide. And people who are recruited in this militia are Ambazonian citizens. Thousands and thousands of them were recruited to fight against their own freedom. And when he was saying that, I was just thinking, this is exactly what we are facing in Biafra. The Nigerian government have recruited so many militia. You know how many militia they have formed in Nigeria? Number one of the militia that Nigeria has formed in Biafra land is Ebubago. Ebubago is a legalized militia formed by Nigerian government, which the whole Southeast protested and said, we don't want Ebubago. It's still online. The protest is still online. If Ebubago was genuine, how can you force yourself on the people when the people say that we don't want you? If you can remember, even the members of House of Assembly went to the House of Assembly, said that Ebubago should be disbanded. Don't forget that. The members of their own House of Assembly, Nigeria House of Assembly, who claimed to be representing the South, they went and demanded that Ebubago should be bound. Protest was going on from one state to all the states where Ebubago are. They protested and said, we do not want Ebubago, but the government forced Ebubago on them. That is a militia formed by the Nigerian government to counter the Liberation Army. Not only that, look at the IPOB in Nigeria. IPOB in Nigeria continue to recruit militia every day. These people are Biafrans in Biafran territory who are supposed to be fighting for their own freedom, but they have been recruited by the Nigerian government to fight against their own freedom. So when the Ambazonia leader was telling us that that is what they are facing, and he said we should be aware of these people because they are still going to come, and we should not be deterred. We should not allow them to infiltrate us or confuse us. And that is why I love my Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, so much. Mazi Simon Ekpa is somebody who is focused. You can never distract him. They have tried and tried and tried to make him engage on eternal war and forget about the real enemy. But Mazi Simon Ekpa remains focused. Mazi Simon Ekpa cannot. He remains focused on the real enemy. They have tried by all means possible to divert his attention into eternal war. He's not paying attention. And that is why they are confused today. That is why they are confused, totally confused. And finally today, just like my brother said, finally today, some of them are coming indirectly to support him. Shame, covered with shame, they cannot be able to come out openly. They are coming indirectly. Oh, nobody should protest in Biafra land. Nobody should protest. We are not going to join the protest. The very first person that made that statement that there is an order is the Prime Minister of Biafra, who is in charge in Biafra. He gave that order, and everybody fell in line. IPOB Nigeria copied. The Ohanese know him and down. Followed on. I said, if you want to repent, repent openly. Don't come all those your indirect repentance. All those corny move. You cannot distract Biafra with those nonsense. It's either you are in or you are out. All those your nonsense cannot distract us. You have something to say, my brother. Say something if you want to say something.
I just remember one thing just I don't want to when all the whole scenario started. You see that someone like that means they are not realize so now concerning what you said in Ambazonia, see that threatening that those people are shouting about, that threatening is nothing but the threatening of those illegal looting. They are looting Biafra and Ambazonia. You know, these two nations have what it says to be on their own, even to feed others free of charge. But because of, I would say, ignorance or the thing of our forefathers that people came and abandoned us then, not now, because they are remembered us desire. Because of this thing, the enemy came, discovered that to have they start to use that thing. The only few people among us are working with them. Those criminals that claim they are our brothers are working with them, taking all those things that belong to us. So they now see that the emergence of Biafra and Ambazonia will stop those illegal, ill-rated business that they are doing in our land. Now that if they want to do business with us, they will come genuinely, openly, pay the tax, and do all the necessary documents to have access or whatever they want in our land. Because surely we will do business with anybody. But it's terms and conditions we must have applied. We are not against anybody, but as far as we get our freedom finished, terms and conditions will apply in any business. Because if you want to travel abroad, you must have all the necessary documents that requires to go there. So you can't just come in my land just like that and start doing anyhow. We'll be giving you food truck of Mapo or clearly that they are not paying for. That is what making them afraid. They start writing those documents. But the fact remains the truth is that anybody right or talk. He doesn't care. And that is in support of it. We are not backing that. And we don't the right to right to now the enemies are destroying us, killing our people. So they want to go on.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother, for that very input. So, on that very day that this very program was held, you saw how scared the whole world was. They were shaking. They were shaking to their bone marrow. That was why they were attacking the brokers. Attack was coming from right, left, and center. But in the midst of the attack, the vital and the most important message we are still passed. They can't stop us. The message we are passed. And when our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, was speaking, he made a very solid point. There are 3 points I'm going to remind you about of what he spoke about. Why we are having that alliance. Why the alliance between the Biafrans and Ambazonia is very, very important. Our Prime Minister explained and he made 3 points. One is that during the Civil War of 1967, the blockade of Biafra was succeeded because of the area of Ambazonia. The Cameroonians traded Ambazonia in order to use it to block Biafrans. That was why they finally used Bakassi to compensate Cameroonians. The reason why the blockade, the food blockade and other thing that they did was because of that very Ambazonian side. That seaside was able to be captured. They used it to penetrate through the Cameroonians. And for us to be able to fight that blockade effectively in 2024, we cannot make the same mistake that our forefathers have made. Now you see how important Ambazonia is to Biafra, as well as we are important to Ambazonians. These are two brothers, twin brothers that cannot be separated. We are inseparable. It is very necessary that we must defend that seaside between Ambazonia and Biafra. It is our territory and we must protect it. That is why the alliance is very, very important. That is why the world is scared about that alliance. There is a lot of wealth there. And for us to be strong effectively to defend ourselves, we must protect that very place. That is why when they saw the alliance between the Biafrans and Ambazonia, Nigeria is scared to hell. Cameroon is scared to hell. Because that very sea there is very important. It's key to the defense of both sides. Once we can be able to get that very place, there is no blockade, no human on earth will blockade us from anything. We can be able to export, import any kind of thing we want from that region, ranging from fuel to ammunition to equipment. We can make our importation through that side without any obstruction from any human being. So that very area is key. They know how important it is to the Biafrans and the Ambazonians. That is why you see them crying and shouting. That is why you see them calling it a threat. We are not threat. How can somebody whom you are oppressing, our Prime Minister asked that day, our Prime Minister asked, he said, how can somebody who is facing oppression be a threat? That was the question of our Prime Minister. How can somebody who is facing oppression, dehumanization, and serious insecurity be a threat? How? The threat has been there. The threat has been there before ever the alliance started. And remember, this alliance was started by our supreme leader, aziNnamdiKanu. He laid his foundation. He was the first person that made the move. And today, when they have decided to take out our Prime Minister aziNnamdiKanu, our supreme leader aziNnamdiKanu, today, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is in charge of that alliance. And he has continued building on the foundation laid by aziNnamdiKanu. That very area is key. They say that the alliance is a threat. We cannot be a threat to ourselves. And somebody who is oppressed cannot be a threat. The threat has been there. The threat has been there before the emergence of the Ambazonia self-determination and Biafran self-determination. Without that threat, there will be no Ambazonia self-determination. There will be no Biafran self-determination. It is because of the threat in the region that is why you have the agitation that is going so high. Without the threat, nobody is going to be talking about self-determination. So the threat has been there. It is not the unification of Ambazonia and Biafra that is causing the threat. No, it is not. It is not the alliance of Ambazonia and Biafra that is creating the threat. It is not and will never be. The major reason why these two are coming together is to secure their region, to secure that region, to maintain peace in that region. It is for the interest of both people. And let me tell you, if you don't know that the world operates according to interest, you are a fool. Every country of this world is working according to his or her own interest. They don't care about you. They don't care how you feel. They don't care what you implement. They don't care what you're talking about. The world is working according to interest. Everybody is protecting their own interest, including the United States. That is why you will see United States in broad daylight sponsoring a terrorist government. It is not because they don't know that Nigeria is a terrorist government. They know very well. But because of their own interests that they have in Nigeria, they have gone forward to sponsor them against the Biafrans. In the same way, don't be surprised tomorrow you wake up and you see that the US is sponsoring is supporting the Biafrans. Don't be surprised. You wake up tomorrow, you see that the US is standing with the Biafran. It happened during the Civil War. During 1967, they started to support Nigeria. At a stage, they withdraw, and they were planning to support Biafra before the war ended. So it is world politics. Everybody is pursuing their own interest. And Biafra should know that this is the time for us to pursue our own interest. We have pursued people's interest for a very long time. The Biafrans have been pursuing the interest of Nigeria for many years. For many, many years, you pursue the interest of Nigeria. From the time of Kaduna Nzogu pursued the interest of Nigeria. He wanted to enter into a revolution. They targeted the Igbo coup. Aguiyi came to pursue the interest of Nigeria. They took his life. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe came to pursue the interest of Nigeria. You see how he ended. Dim Odumogo Ojukwu also came to pursue the interest of Nigeria when he took them to Aburi. How did he end? aziNnamdiKanu still came and gave them an opportunity. When he said, okay, Obi and Atiku should go and talk about restructuring, what happened? Instead, they brought Python dance to kill him. In this time that we are, our Prime Minister Mazi Simon have said it, no negotiation anymore. There's no compromise. It is either Biafra or Biafra. Only Biafra interest is what we care about. We don't care about anybody's interest. Biafra interest. Any interest that does not protect the interest of the Biafrans, we are not part of it. And one lastly, I want to remind you one important statement that our Prime Minister made. Our Prime Minister made it clear that we cannot borrow model from anybody. We are going to free Biafra with our own model. Our problem is extraordinary problem, and we're going to solve it in an extraordinary way. Don't tell us to go and borrow from India, from Indira Gandhi, the way he fought for India. Don't tell us. Don't tell us. Gandhi went on fasting. He went on dry fasting, and the British began to feel his pain on fasting, and then they let him go. Try and go on dry fasting in Nigeria. They will wait for you to die. And even when you are fasting, they will come after you to kill you. Go and try. In the United States, you saw Martin Luther Jr. He protested, only peaceful protest. Nobody was killing him. Even he died in that peaceful protest. They still kill him at last. Look at Nigeria. Even a protest to make a better Nigeria. NSAS, you see how they murder people without any ceremony. NSAS. Any protest in Nigeria is death penalty. So are you going to tell us to go and borrow are you going to go and borrow the idea of Gandhi or idea of Martin Luther King? Or we should go and borrow the idea of Mandela? Look at Mandela. Mandela was fighting against the British. And he was in jail. And even as at that, they were protesting and doing everything they were doing. But in the hand of British. But our own case, we are trying to get away from the hand of a black man. It is extraordinary measure that we take. So our Prime Minister has made it clear. Do not tell us to go and borrow leave from anybody. People will learn from us on how to free themselves in Africa, in African way. We are going to establish that record. We make that record. People will learn from us on how to liberate themselves. We are going to make it is somebody that makes history. The same way you are saying, go and borrow from Gandhi, go and borrow from Martin Luther King, go and borrow from Mandela. People will come and borrow from the Prime Minister of Biafra under the leadership of aziNnamdiKanu. Borrow leave on how to free themselves. Don't tell us to go and leave anybody. Thank you, my brother. Go on and speak, my brother.
You see, he just mentioned something that I remember what our PM said. Our PM said that if he go on hunger strike, say the zoo will celebrate it. Say, oh, it's about to kill herself, let him die. No, nobody should worry. He will die. Very soon he will die. You see, I want to. We are special. We are special. That is why our own case is special. Now look at what happened. Sometimes our PM was giving analysis of genocide that was committed on this earth. Do you know that Biafra genocide was not among the that day? We know why. You say no why because British was involved. Now go and check out. Go and check India when that man was protesting concerning their they get to destroy life. They are destroying the yeah. So, look at Martin Luther King. Peaceful protest. When we call and sisters will disappear. Their feelings and the organs will be taken from them to be stored in the military battlefield. Now, those that are telling us to go and look at the other people, how they do their own and copy from them, do they forget that when something is happening different way to others, did they look inward and find out who are these people? We have treated our own case in a different pattern, in a different way, and we must do our own thing in a different way. And I am happy that our people said so. So we are not borrowing anything from anybody. We do our own on our own way. We are the head. And our leader said it. Once Biafra comes, black man will be respected over the earth. And now understand the importance of Biafra on this planet. And they say, Biafra, let your kingdom come. They say that kingdom of God is Biafra in this land. We are. And we are going to make it stable. Everything we have, like Pokemon have given it to us. So why should somebody ask me to go and put it to someone else? Yeah, is it the same thing? Are we thinking the same thing? Are we having the same issue or the same problem? One is just a bit, but our own is more severe than anything. Genocide was committed. Currently, now, genocide is still going on. Nobody, let there be someone in India there was just there. We can see CNN and BBC. And I just said that. But have you seen any of our news over there? The answer is no. The answer is why? Special. Hatred is too much. So we are not borrowing anything from anybody. We did it on our own and get it done. All necessary, we are getting it done. That's why you see this shit. I think makes sense. But we don't move. October and November 2024. The work we have will go very well. They will know how we prepare, how ready and determined, how serious and serious we are for this freedom. They can tell us to stop us. So my brother, go on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. And I think that will bring us to the end of this broadcast. I said it's a quick one. This time I don't spend much time. I try to make my broadcast 1 hour or 1 hour a minute. So I'm just trying to round up. Maybe later in the day I will come back on my page on Facebook page to also broadcast and speak on certain issues. So I'm going to round up the program, and all I got to say is that fellow Biafran that are watching anywhere you're watching us from, have you voted? Have you cast your vote? Referendum vote. If you have not voted, I don't know what you are voting for. I know every one of you are quick to say, nobody is more Biafran than you. Nobody is more Biafran than anybody. If you know that nobody is more Biafran than you, this is the time to prove it. Not only to say it in your mouth. Because I know that some people are more Biafran than others. Just being born in Biafra land does not make you a Biafran. And if you have voted, that is not enough. Ask your neighbor if he or she have voted. Ask your friend if he or she have voted. Don't say because this your friend is not supporting Biafra, not tell him. Because this one is not talking about anybody you see, as long as that person is born in Biafra land, is from Biafra religion, ask him if he has voted. If they need your advice or guidance on how to vote, guide them, direct them, and teach them what to do so that they can be able to vote with their consent. Nobody vote for anybody. You don't vote for you. Will ask them, give them the consent and direct them on how to vote. You can help them to put their informations. Because you know the propaganda they will say that people are voting twice, many people are voting. Then when they see us, they say we are saying that we should go and vote. We are not telling anybody to vote for anybody. You can help somebody, but with their consent, get their consent, help them to put their information and they vote. That is not helping somebody to vote. You should understand that. I appreciate everyone that participated on this very program. If you are in Africa, do not miss today's program. Do not miss today's program. I think 8 p.m. Is it 8 p.m. or 6 p.m.? What's the time? Let me check again. I think it's 6 p.m. Biafran time or 8 p.m. Let me confirm the time.
It should be 8 p.m. now, you know. African time, it should be 8 p.m. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, let me confirm. Normally, our African program is 8 p.m., but I think this one, the time was low. Let me confirm the time so that I don't make mistake. I said it is 6 p.m. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Biafran time.
Yeah.
6 p.m. Biafran time. So any place you are, make sure you connect 6 p.m. Biafran time so that you'll be part of the program today as our primary services. Thank you so much wherever you're joining. My beloved brother, give them your closing remark before we leave. 6 p.m. Yes, you're right. 6 p.m. Go on.
Okay, my brother, thank you once again. Honestly, I am happy to be with you on today's program. Honestly, this is one of my major priority and concern. Always come around you, and the rest. Always come around. But I remember to myself, that whenever any of them come around, the village. So my brothers and sisters, all have not this morning. But now that we have finished what we are saying, we have to adjust ourselves to prepare for another. Probably you will see us on Facebook today. And remember that our PM is visiting Africa today. Want every one of us to come and share up, encourage her, support her. All the things he's doing is for our own good. Please, I want Africa to be on the top place of this program, of this movement. That when the history we're reading, so marvelous. Don't forget the time, 6 p.m. Make yourself available. And not only that, our leader is going to appear on the Zoo court. So he doesn't have case to answer. But, you know, they are useless propaganda. Is going to appear. Lockdown that day. Please, don't say we have not been warning you. Stay inside. Don't come out. Just like as happened the other day, you know. So when our brother want the freeze, they say no, stay. Nothing will happen. And something happened to them. Please, I will not Ubokoburu. Be a one happened, just like as was said. And be harmless too for your own good. Many things are happening. We don't want more activity again. But I want going to be in the camp of the enemy in our place.
The network has just stopped, my brother, and thank God we have been able to get this far before the network started their issue. You know, we always have this disruption from time to time, but I thank Chukwu Okabiyama that he has already made his point. So wherever you're watching me from, I appreciate every one of you, and I pray that Chukwu Okabiyama will guide and protect us. And we are going to come back on the evening time on Facebook page. If you are following me on Facebook, you're going to see me on Facebook. I'm going to be broadcasting there on Revolutionary View. I will be there. And tomorrow, same time, join me here. Tomorrow, same time, I'm going to be here to broadcast. So wherever you are, please kindly join. And we commit everyone that is fighting for Biafra from any angle you are fighting from. Guard and protect everyone force, the Liberation Army, the Air Force, the Black Marine, the resistance fighters. May Chukwu come and protect them. Members of the de facto government in the homeland, all members of the Biafra Republic Government Exile cabinets, all our media warriors that are speaking on different platforms, and all our guests. May Chukwu come and protect them and their families. May Chukwu come and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We commit him in the hand of Chukwu Okabiyama for guidance, protection, and provisions wherever he is. We pray that Chukwu Okabiyama will build a wall of fire around him and no evil shall befall him. We commit our Supreme Leader, aziNnamdiKanu, before Chukwu Okabiyama for guidance, for protection, for good health, for strength. Very soon, we know he's going to join us. We pray that Chukwu Okabiyama will grant him complete freedom. Thank you so much for joining me on this very program. May Chukwu Okabiyama guide and protect everyone of us. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafra shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, aziNnamdiKanu, shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining me on this program. I will see you again tomorrow, same time. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. Thank you and stay safe.